There it goes. Alright, hello, you wonderful people. We're doing another tier list today with my friend Gortality, Crusher of Worlds. Say hi, Gortality.
What's up?
I was expecting you to go with it. Sure, alright. So, this is a tier list of the best and worst side characters in video games and anime. Hope you're excited for it. We're gonna start with a fan favorite who no one would ever say anything bad about. Cindy from Final Fantasy 15.
I say 14. What the hell?
It's not a crossover. She wasn't in it, but you know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she got gypped again.
So what are your thoughts, Cindy? Where is she going?
I really like Sydney, honestly, but if you're talking about like the actual story and whatnot and what her role was, she
Yeah.
kind of goes into okay, nothing special, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was actually
Because
thinking the same thing. They kind of just put her in for fetch quests and for her bolt-on fake titties.
it's just really shitty. Like, she was actually an interesting character. I was happy we finally got a female Sid variation with Sid in there to support the claim. And then they did like nothing with her. And I was kind of upset.
Yeah, alright, so that's fair. First one, Cindy unfortunately goes into, okay, nothing special. If for anyone wondering why you can see all the blue dots on screen, I'm just using Clip Studio so it doesn't lag again. Alright, hope you're ready for the next one. The greatest waifu in all of fiction. Dio from Final Fantasy VII.
You're fucking with me, right?
Why you don't like Dio?
I
I
mean,
would
he's fine.
definitely put him as an amazing character, personally.
Oh dear God.
Alright, well, what are your thoughts? He's fine, it's just...
I just can't take him seriously. No matter what, I can't take him seriously.
I mean, that's fair. He's got, like, good character, though. I think he's developed, at least in Rebirth. Though I guess you haven't really played through Rebirth, have you?
Yeah, I've only played the first one. I still have my copy just sitting there not being touched because starting new games is kind of blah right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright. I think he's a lovable character. I think he's well written. He doesn't have a lot of development. He's always just kind of like a friendly goofball. So he's not like anyone who would steal the show, but I would put him in like low A for amazing character tier. Are you alright with that, or do you want him in A?
No, that's fine.
Alright, he's going right here. Right above Cindy. Now we move on to Alex Louise Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
That's not fair.
This method of crashing tier lists has been passed down in the Armstrong family for generations. And of course, I put him right by Dio. Let's get a little muscle comparison on them. Put them side by side. How do you feel about it?
I actually personally like him. His family was always wild, especially when we kept meeting more and more of his damn family.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
And
him.
it's unfortunately that thing of every time he showed up, it was literally to not only help but also show that he was to be a threat.
Yeah. He's absolutely jacked. We can't forget that important fact.
And to be fair, I feel like his whole character development is literally he's there to steal the show until he's off screen again, or he has to give it up for one of the brothers.
Yeah, basically. I feel like I'd put him in high A tier for amazing.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm glad we actually agree on that one. I was a little worried. Sometimes I can never tell what you're thinking. Thought you might
There's
find him
gonna
annoying.
Like, I don't know the list, but I know for a fact there's probably gonna be one or two where I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna hurt you.
That's fair. All right, let's slide up to, and this is specifically abridged. Helsing
Just like,
abridged. Alexander
oh no.
Anderson.
No.
I almost stole the show. He was my favorite character by far.
I it's so fun fact, it took me forever to watch this show. The abridged version, I should say. I watched the OG, obviously, but like the abridged, it took me forever. It took me
Yeah,
till like right before COVID to watch the abridged series, and I did not know he was quoting the Boondocks, which
Boondock
I
Saints. Yeah,
the Boondock Saints, which I effing adore that show. I mean, sorry,
same. I watched
movie.
all three.
It's really bad, especially when I have it on my phone, like downloaded at all times, so that way if I'm bored, I just put it on.
I was trying to find it the other day actually, and I couldn't find it anywhere because I'm Canadian, so it's not on like Netflix or Hulu or anything in Canada. I was like, "Fuck, man! I just want
Uh,
to watch some Boondock Saints."
yeah, I keep forgetting there's a TV show called The Boondocks, and I'm like, yeah, I can
Yeah,
just talk Boondock. And I'm like, no, wait, no, there's TV show. This is why I have to say Boondock Saints.
yeah, you have to specify.
But no, if you're talking specifically about the abridged, every time he was on, he was stealing the show because everything just turned to him.
Oh, for sure, love him. I gotta say they actually gave him some like great character development finale, even though it was abridged. Well, they did that
I
with the
mean,
whole "I forgive you" scene and everything. I thought it was great. I thought it was done well.
it's abridged. Strangely enough, certain characters are done extremely well. Certain characters are
Yeah,
not. It depends on who's ignored. Sorry, I got the attention span of a gnat for 2 seconds.
no, you're good. All right, so we can agree he's installed the show. Amazing character.
Yeah,
Hell
he
yeah.
might have to shift like down a little bit depending on how many people we show up there, but we'll see.
All right, this one might cause a fight. We've got Arisa from Fruits Basket.
Ah, interesting.
I like her as a character, but personally, I think she was nothing special.
Yeah, so I really liked her two best friends. I like truly like their character designs. I like how they operated. I like how Risa specifically really looked up to Toru's mom and kind of reminded Toru of her mom constantly.
Yeah,
She was supposed to be like that mom friend she always has. But the problem with Fruits Basket is that if it's not the family and the family drama, they
they're kind
kind
of
of ignore
ignored.
the yeah, and
Yeah,
like I don't know if you read the manga for Fruits Basket.
I did not.
Okay, so spoilers. Risa actually gets involved with the family through the rooster because she finds the rooster and takes care of him, and they kind of
Yeah,
start falling in love.
yeah, I watched the original Fruits Basket and the remake, and I think they covered that story in the remake.
Okay, good because I know it was
Yeah,
very brief in the OG, where it's just her meeting him on the street and then nothing else.
yeah, I
But
feel like
like
she
the
just.
ooh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I feel like she didn't have enough screen time to have an impact, you know?
Yeah, she kind of got gypped. Her and the other girl, I can't think of what her name is. The gothic psychic.
So I was clearing my throat, but yeah, I'm bad with names too.
Um,
I can't help.
yeah, I'd put her towards like okay,
Nothing
nothing special,
special?
unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. One of my favorite anime, if I'm being honest. Love it.
Mm.
So it
Mhm,
always,
mhm.
it hurts me when I have to, like, take a character from a show I love and be like, but I gotta be honest with myself, you know?
Yeah, there's a few characters I have like that where like unless if you hit the jackpot on which character I can think of off the top of my head that I'm like, I love this thing, but that character sucks.
Yeah. Alright, ready to move on?
Sure. Who's the next victim?
Balls Deep 69.
Oh,
Started
Jesus.
on my bridge.
Fuck.
I actually think he was really well done with the way he plays as kind of counter to Kirito's douchebag game nature, where he kind of gives him reality checks and stuff. I would put him around A tier personally. How do you feel about Balls Deep 69?
Hi. Okay, so just to clarify for the sake of my sanity, we are just talking about only the abridged, correct?
Yes, only the abridged. That is why I did
Okay.
not use I did not use the other name.
Making sure.
So just abridged Balls Deep 69.
I I really don't know. I feel like for me personally, he kind of went into okay, nothing special in the abridged.
Yeah, but I feel like when he did show up, like his moments with Kirito were always great, and he always actually pushed Kirito's character development actively. Like when he had to show up and tell him he was sad because his friends died. So, I mean, if you want him in okay, nothing special, want him in A, we can put him high, okay, nothing special if that's alright.
Yeah, we can shift him towards the end if we need to.
Alright,
Because depending on who else you have on this, he might be shifted up.
yeah, that's fine. I think I ended up with around 42 characters this time when I was trying to put the list together. So less than yesterday's list. Was it yesterday? I think it was the day before, actually. Anyway,
Day before.
less than my last list. But I figured since there's two of us, we'd be talking longer. So it went. I didn't want it to be too long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you end
Alright.
up playing games immediately after making your tier list the other day?
Yeah, I played a little bit of Night Rain. Anyway,
Nice.
we got Blair, the cat witch from Soul Eater. I want to hear your opinion before I say it.
Um, Great comedy character, great kind of like buffer for when it got a little on the darker side because they kind of always focused on her when it got a little on the darker side and they needed a break.
And they need to distract the audience with titties, yeah?
Yeah, but she technically did almost nothing.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, it served her purpose as a side character, right? Like, she had her fan service, she had her moments, but she didn't have, like, any impact on the story or anyone's character development or anything. So I would put her in okay, nothing special, personally.
So like I'm not saying dislike, but I'm saying she was kind of a bland character. She was a one-dimensional character who was only there to mess with people.
Yeah, let's put her low, okay, nothing special. We can always shift the list
Yeah.
as needed. Yeah, she just didn't have much story impact to, like, warrant a higher place. Anyway, we have Sid from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I fucking love Sid. Like you can't unconvince me that he steals the show every time.
See, I love him too. I feel like his impact is pretty good, but I don't think it's quite steal the show impact, in my opinion.
No, that's fair. I just love Sid, so it's one of those issues. I'm
Yeah,
like, ah,
yeah, I get that. I love his character. I think he's well written. It's great when he's around. He's always confident. He's always like saying "fuck Shinra." He's a chill dude. He's
he's not
definitely an
afraid to
amazing
say.
character.
Yeah, he's not afraid to say what he wants, even though everybody's like, Sid, shut up, we're in a very public area. He's like, nah, screw
Yeah.
that.
He's like, "You think I give a fuck? I own these guys, bitch.
He's like, I'm old, I don't care.
I do whatever I please." Yeah, so I would put him. I'd actually probably put him above Alex Louise Armstrong personally. Are you alright with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Oop, let's plop
Yeah,
him right in there.
I openly admit, like in Final Fantasy, every variation of Sid is usually my favorite. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah. All right. This one, Dunyod from Genshin Impact.
Oh.
Yeah, you know I have some strong opinions on this one. How do you feel about her?
So I like that she was kind of a linchpin for like three different characters
Yeah.
because she's supposed to be a nobody, but then she ended up having like a deep connection to three characters because of how she is and how her family is.
Yeah. I hated her.
I know you did. We talked about this while you're like going through your mad sprint phase.
Yeah. She has ruined it here for me. I cannot stand when they add a character just to pretend to kill them off so they can pretend that something happened and then be like, haha, JK, nothing happened. And she's fine. And it's like, fuck you guys. That's terrible storytelling. I can't stand it.
I
So,
would personally put her on bland, if anything.
bland? Alright, I can concede to a bland slash dislike.
The dislike will be for you, the bland will be for me, because she was just
Yeah.
a trope.
Yeah. I was actually gonna have more categories, but it was hard to get them to fit on screen and be readable. So
Yeah, that's right.
that's why we ended up with what we did. Alright, we're moving up. Oh, I scrolled too far, you saw too much.
I saw
Wash
nothing. I'm
font.
not paying attention to this. Oh, God. Fuck it.
Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
A smile
This,
better suits a bitch.
this is such a, like, thing. So I'm neutral to him
Yeah.
because I know why he was good, but at the same time, he has this problem where if you're not doing every little side mission, you kind of don't know shit about him.
Yeah, I didn't do every little side mission, so I felt like he was bland, despite the fan base loving him so much.
Yeah, the fan base are like diehards about him, which is fine. It's whatever. I just sit there going, I have to be neutral. Like, I liked him, but I didn't love him. Like, did his death make me slightly sad? Kind of, because, like, we barely knew this guy, and this guy's like, but you're a hero. And I'm like, okay. And then with what they did with the ultimate of his story was very interesting.
Yeah,
But if I had to choose, I literally have to sit there and, like, put in okay, nothing special, because to be fair, he was just an NPC that we kind of had to grow attached to.
yeah. I felt he was a little bland. I'll put him low. Okay, nothing special. Or the Blair Witch
Because I feel
Project.
Yeah, I feel like Front is really weird because unless if you're like following the community, a lot of people wouldn't even recognize who he is right away until his famous scene.
Yeah, the smile better suits a hero.
Yeah, literally.
All right, I feel like we've pissed off enough people already with that one. Let's go to Hildebrand, the
Ah,
Manderville Man, the Gentleman Detective. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. He kind of stole the show for me because so after Shadowbringers, the story felt very downhill from there for me. Like that was kind of the peak of it. And as I was losing interest in the main story, I was gaining interest in the fucking dumbass antics of Hildebrand and started caring about that more than the main story, like Endwalker and Dawn Trail and shit. So personally, he actually stole the show for me.
um, so I can never say he stole the show, and it's not because of hatred. It's so I like Hildebrand quests for what they are. They're supposed to be a goofy side story that the team works on and has fun for themselves.
Yeah,
And it's a passion project. So it's just them goofing around and having fun where they can.
yeah,
Hildebrand is really hit or miss with me though. I like when his family is around, and they all
Yeah.
shit on him.
Yeah, I should have put his dad on this, actually. Love his dad.
I fucking love his dad who pretends to be Santa all the fucking time.
Yeah. But sadly, this
Oh,
is man.
yeah, that's where the problem is. I'm like, you chose Hildebrand. Fuck.
Yep. So
Not
where would you
Nanu.
personally put him?
I don't know. It's really hard because, like, it's not like he's bland because he always has, like, this energy of being, like, the dumb goofball character. Where, like, part of his charm is that it's funny as hell to watch him piss off other people while trying to be good.
Yeah.
Um, so the unpopular opinion for me is probably going to be okay, nothing special. Because I can't really, like, shove him up on Stole the Show, but I also can't put it on bland dislike. He's average for me.
Alright. Can we meet in the middle? Because I said stole the show, you said nothing special. Can I toss him in
Yeah,
amazing?
yeah,
A
you
tier.
can have it.
Yeah, low A tier for him. I love it.
Because there's probably going to be a character where I'm going to tell you, no, 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 I swear to God, if it goes into amazing, I'm going to hurt someone.
That's fair. Alright, let's move on to the next one. We have Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, you don't like this answer. I'm so sorry.
What is it?
I love him so much. He stole the show.
Stole. I was actually going to put him in amazing character, honestly. I think he has good development. He helps the main character progress and develop. He is important to the story. He's not just there, right? Like he is a huge determining factor in Gon's growth throughout the show. So I think he did a great job
Oh my
as
God.
a
He's
side character.
amazing. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
amazing. He is like, how do I explain this? He's kind of like the Vegeta of like Dragon Ball, where he's there
yeah,
to show you what the bar could be, and then when you think the bar is high as possible because the main character finally surpassed him, he's like, no, there's more.
yeah. Like ultra clown creep.
I love Hisoka so much. Like, it's an actual like bad thing that my friends recognize that if I see that clown, I'm like, hello, what's going
Yeah.
on?
All right. So are you okay with top amazing character, or does he have to be stole the show for you?
Personally, he has to be stole the show, but I'll be nice because I don't know who's coming up next.
All right. So the very top of amazing character.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Oh,
Because
Theodore
most
Ballin Bulgariff.
Oh god, no.
Bitch, he's Lord. I don't know. I love that video so much. The Ballin Bulgariff. All right. I feel like he definitely served his purpose, but aside from memes, he is okay, nothing special in my opinion. Like most of his love for his character comes from him being a meme.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with that character is that like when I'm thinking about it, like I know what he did in game, right?
Yeah,
Like I can see it in my brain, but I can't think of anything else he did.
yeah. So are we fine with putting him in okay, nothing special?
Yeah.
I like how if someone's like ranked or low ranked, we have so much to say, but then the other ones is like we take 2 seconds on them, we're like, they're fine. And then we're either like, fuck this bitch, or we love you. And I was like, yeah,
Dude,
they're
I
okay.
it's so bad. Like I had so many friends who had never watched Hunter x Hunter, and then they're like, "Oh, why do you like the creepy clown?" I'm like, "Wait until you get to the arena." And then they got to Heaven's Tower and they're like, "Oh, oh." I'm
Yeah,
like, "Tell me this man is not sick as shit."
yeah. Honestly, I thought it was a great character right from the assassination game. In the
Oh, dude,
yeah,
I loved him during the exams,
yeah,
but people were too focused on his creepiness during that to like actually care about his character.
yeah. But like that's where Gones determination to become stronger started was from losing to Hisoka and being humbled, you know?
Oh, you hurt my soul.
Johnny, Final Fantasy VII.
I get why Johnny's there. I don't like Johnny. Every time I see
Oh,
Johnny, I want to punch someone.
oh my god, I thought we were gonna fight on this one. Yeah, no, I was gonna put bland slash dislike. Like in a game just full of comedic relief characters, he was not a necessary comedic relief character.
Like, I know why Johnny's there. I get it from like a story standpoint. I truly do.
I
But
don't.
personally, I don't like whenever Johnny shows up on the screen because he is that character that I'm like, oh boy, you caused trouble and now I have to clean it. God damn it, Johnny.
Yeah. Uh, can we agree with a dislike then?
Yeah, I like his
Because it
character
ruined
design.
the game. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah,
But yeah, I 100% agree with you though. He didn't ruin it. I just every time he showed up on the screen, I was just like dreading it. I
yeah,
was like,
like
please go
fuck
away.
off, Johnny. Oh, I do like that because you played remake, right? The
Yeah,
first one. Yeah, the
yeah.
first time Cloud sees him, he's just entirely ready to kill him. He's like, snitches get stitches. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, all right, we're moving up. So I tried to get some that you wouldn't be expecting on the list. So we have Lester from Grand Theft Auto 5.
I huh that
Yeah, wanted to trip you up a little. It's been a while. I bet you
I
haven't even thought about this character in years. Has not crossed your mind.
man, I'm gonna tell you honestly. Like everyone's like, oh, Grand Theft Auto story. I'm like, who the fuck plays Grand Theft Auto for the story?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't like he served his purpose, definitely. He existed, he technically had a personality. He was part of the main story, but he's an okay nothing special in my books.
I am literally struggling to think of what he even fucking did in the game. Like, it's nothing against you. I know he did something, but because I've saw that face plenty of times, but my brain's just like,
He was, your tech guy, your guy in the chair. He did all the behind the scenes planning.
yeah, I just don't care enough.
So I'm
It's
guessing
messed
you
up
would
in the
put
best sense.
I'm guessing you would put him in bland, and I'd put him in nothing special, so low
Probably.
nothing special. Yeah, sorry,
Sure.
Lester. You're a good boy. It's a shame you're such a shit man. Alright, this one's gonna break your heart. Maze Hughes, Full Metal Alchemist.
Uh,
I personally thought he was well done. He definitely served his purpose in the story, he had a lot of emotional impact. It helped rile up the main characters with his unfortunate demise, and he made pretty much every viewer cry.
yeah. So the only time he really stole the show, unfortunately, was his death,
Yeah,
where you realize the impact of who he was, because he was very much a community man. He did try to keep his section like together,
yeah,
but like other than his death, they kind of shafted him a little bit for who he was, because like they focused on him a lot in his family development.
yeah. Fucking bots. They got around my filters.
Ah,
Sorry about that. Yeah. I think he was a great character. Amazing character. You alright with that?
yeah, yeah.
For
I
the
really
main
did
Alex
like
Louise
him.
Armstrong. Yeah. Next up, we're gonna have the fusion of Mina and her dog. Could you imagine?
Oh
All
God.
right, this is Motoko Fruits Basket, the head of the Prince Yuki fan club. If you forget who she is,
Oh, that's fair. I mean, like, whenever she showed up, she kind of just ruined it because she was just overly obsessive for no reason.
I feel like she was not important to the story. Like, if she never existed, the fan club could have literally just been faceless silhouettes in the background, and it wouldn't have affected the story impact at all. So I
She
feel like
was
she was
just
pretty bland.
yeah, she was just there to literally like make Toru's life way worse for no reason. It was just like shit on shit, basically.
Yeah. So, can we agree to a blend, or are you trying to push it to a ruined it?
She wasn't that important to ruin it though. They shut
Yeah,
her
that's
down every
fair.
time she showed up.
Alright, so should we put her in a blend?
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, Motoko. This is why you will never have Yuki.
I'm not sorry. She can stay there.
Alright. Neferia Genius Alchemist from Overlord. The guy with the hentai haircut.
His haircut is unfortunate, but I actually really like him.
Yeah, I thought so. He's an interesting character for the development of the series because, I've ranted about it a lot. I hate overpowered protagonists, and very clearly, Zul Gown is an overpowered protagonist. But he gets his own episodes, his own story arcs, where he's a buffer for that, where he's the weak guy, he has the character development. So it kind of like, it gives you what you want. You get to watch someone have growth, and you get to watch the overpowered guy slaughter shit. And I think he worked really well for it. And I thought he was a great
Yeah.
character because of that.
It also helps that he is in my opinion, I should say this. He's a very good character because he forces Ainz to slow down and look at him and went, "Oh, I used to be where he was." And
Yeah,
it kind of brings back his humanity for a little bit to the point where Ainz respects him to a certain degree.
yeah,
So I really like this character. I would put him in amazing, honestly. Like, unfortunately, I couldn't put him on Stole the Show because that cast has so much going on that there are different people I could think of that
yeah. I
would be
got
Steal
lost
the
so
Show.
many times. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I put him above Alex Louise Armstrong?
yeah, I really liked him.
Oop, doop, and doop. There we go.
For a minute, I thought you were hiding Alex behind Hughes, and I was like, "Excuse you?"
I was just adjusting that. Alright. Next we have the goth Dami mommy herself, the goddess Nyx from Hades.
Oh my god, I love her so fucking much.
Yeah, I figured you would say that. I feel like
Bitch,
so. You go first.
no, no, go.
I was gonna say she's a great character. She definitely helped out the main characters. She had her impact, but and like obviously love her design, right? Goth Dami mommy for her. But she didn't have that much screen time. Well, I guess no one does because it's a roguelite, but so I would kind of put her in high nothing special. What are your thoughts?
I'm trying to not let my bias show right now.
Not your bias. I mean, that's why you're here to show your opinions, your bias. Let it show.
Um, so while she didn't have enough screen time, I died enough times in Hades that her story kept coming out more and more. So I loved talking to her because for though little spoiler of a warning of a spoiler.
No, I've beaten the
She is the
game. Don't
mom who
worry.
stepped. Okay, so she is the mom who stepped up. She
Yeah,
sure as fuck did not need to, but she went, nah, this kid needs a mother figure of some sort. And
yeah.
she has other kids, but she focused on Zagreus.
Yeah, she is definitely the one who stepped up. All right, I will concede to put her in low amazing if that's okay.
Yeah, that is fine.
I feel
Because
like
I'm
she's
like,
high nothing special. You definitely think she's amazing.
like Hades actually went really well with the characters, and like I will always applaud them for that. Like even the most minute characters have something.
Yeah.
But I have so much bias towards that woman. It is not funny.
No, she's not the stepmom, the mom who stepped up.
Yeah, she was literally the mom who fucking stepped up when she didn't need to. And she still spoiled him rotten, even though she had real kids to take care of.
Alright, we're gonna move on next. We have her place. This is Oswald from Rune Factory 5, the Bandit King dude.
I fucking.
The guy who kind of has a face like a blobfish. I feel like they made him too generic as far as villains go. It was just kind of like the slimy, greasy, oh, this guy's a scumbag, he's a criminal kind of character. He didn't jump out as anything well written or interesting to me. So he was kind of bland.
So honestly, he kind of ruined it for me. Like he was just so boring as a villain. I kind of forgot he was a thing until we had to do missions against him. And then he was so generic. Like you were saying, he was kind of generic and bland. But it was like really bad because usually when there's a villain, they're very interesting in Rune Factory because usually there's a
Yeah.
duality to it. He
Yeah,
had
he was
nothing.
kind of, yeah.
He was just a cartoon villain where there was no redemption. You just saw him and you're like, yeah, you're up to no good. Shut up.
Like, oh, look, it is Bad Guy. It is John Bad Guy. Like, John. So can I put him in low bland? Or do you want to
Yeah,
ruin it? I will concede to a ruined it if you really want there.
I kind of want him there because he was so like, there was nothing good about him. He didn't bring anything to the table.
Alright, yeah, no,
I
that's fair.
was I really thought they were gonna do a turnaround in Factory 5 and make that bachelor, the one that believes that he's a god, the villain.
Yeah.
And I was gonna like fall in love with that concept, but then they did nothing against that, and I'm like, F.
Well, I mean, they couldn't make him the villain because they made him a bachelor.
I mean, I don't know about you, but all because you love someone does not mean they have to be a good person.
Yep, I just mean like it'd be weird if they made you kill your husband.
I think it'd be awesome because that'd be so fucking sad.
Yes. Yes. And they just
Can
wouldn't
you?
go in that dark and ruin factory, you know.
No, I know, but can you imagine you like go through everything, you go through the heart events and all this shit, and then all of a sudden you find out your husband's the villain, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Look at your kid and you're like, hey honey, you wanna help me kill daddy?
Hey, honey, we're gonna be a family of two for the betterment of the world.
Yeah. I mean that would have been fucking funny. But sorry, this isn't about him. This is about the boring ass fucking Oswald.
Yeah, Oswald can just going to ruin it. Every time he showed up on screen, it was a waste of my time.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm glad I didn't actually think we would end up using the ruined it category, but hey, here we are.
Yeah, fuck Oswald.
Alright, we have another Full Metal Alchemist, Roy Mustang. The Fisting Flamer, as they call him.
I That is not what they call him, but yeah, sure, whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat.
Alright. I think he definitely wasn't as impactful as Hughes and Alexander to me, but I do think was above nothing special. He had his role. He had his vision for the future, his sacrifices. So
He
personally, sorry.
Yeah. No, no, I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
Saying personally, I put him in low A, low amazing character. We have B for bouquet, amazingness
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah, I can see
Sorry.
that because like he was a silent support who wanted to be a main character
Yeah.
because he was kind of like he had a finger in every pie, but at the same time, he could never like really be forced to shine that much.
Yeah. So I think he was good. He just wasn't like astounding. He doesn't get like high marks for that.
He weirdly enough has second male lead syndrome, like way more than Alphonse ever did.
Yeah,
Where you're meant to like him or hate him depending on who you are as a person, and then he just does so much in the show. It's not funny.
yeah. Although I will say, I think they make him better with Brotherhood, with his whole battle against Envy in the sewers and everything. He did gain some points for that, but not enough to like give him a huge boost.
They also added a lot more where he points out very bluntly, because in the OG it was very subtle that he knew something
Yeah,
was wrong with the Fuhrer, but he couldn't say it.
yeah.
And in Brotherhood, they kind of made him go, "No, there's something wrong with him, but we don't have the power to do anything."
So yeah, he's a good character. He's not nothing special. He is something special. He's just not super special. If we can agree on that.
Yeah, I just keep looking at the character list right now and going, "Oh no."
Oh no. Oh, okay. No, I always think of Joseph Joestar when I hear the word "oh no."
Only because, he keeps screaming it during the third part and the second part constantly.
All right, we have the goth friend whose name you couldn't remember, Hockey from Fruits Basket. And sorry if I'm pronouncing names wrong.
She suffers from the Erisa treatment, but then she gets even more fucked because she's never part of the family. Drama.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't call her bland. She definitely like existed and served a role, but I wouldn't have put her low. Nothing special.
Yeah, no matter what, I think the agreement is she's always going to be in nothing special, but the argument is how high she goes if we were to go into semantics.
Yeah, I would put her above Horsefon, behind Blair.
Yeah, because she had her reasoning. She was there for a reason. She was there to be the support character that didn't really need an explanation or anything.
Yeah. So you
She's
are
that
with
friend that
her.
you go to. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying she's just that friend that you have that is just always there, silently vibing while you bitch out.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Sid. Final Fantasy 14. Yes, we have more than one Sid.
He who can snap a fucking belt on his neck by flexing.
Yes, the thick neck. The Guardians
Fucking
could
anchor.
not hang him. I want to hear your opinion before I go, because you're probably going to hate mine.
Oh, I really don't care what your opinion is. I know I have a love for him. Every time he showed up, he kind of stole the show, even though he was kind of an asshole at times. But it sucks, and it's a plus. It both sucks and it's a good thing that they used him less as the expansions go on, because he had his time. He did his time as part of the ARR and Heaven's Ward story. He did what he needed to do, which was amazing. And when he showed up, I think he stole the show. But if I have to do this with a little less bias than normal, I would put him at amazing character, or okay, nothing special.
Yeah, I just feel like so Final Fantasy 14 has such a huge cast of characters because it's an MMO, right? So you have like your
Hmm.
Stola, you have Alphino, you have Girl Alphino, you have Stimian, Grahatia, you have Emmett Silk, you have all these amazing characters. And while I think Sid was good, I think there were just so many characters that outshined him that it did make him seem less special in the overall scheme by comparison to a million more special characters.
Yeah, it doesn't help that he was a scion, not a scion. I'm sorry, he was never a scion. He just helped the scions. He was a NPC character who wasn't a scion who got special treatment for 3 expansion main game and 2 expansions because of his
Yeah,
part in the Stormblood raid of Omega, Alpha Omega.
yeah,
So while I like Sid, I know technically he can seem very like forced upon the player because he's kind of just like there in your face constantly. Like everything you do, he's usually involved until you get out of Stormblood.
yeah.
So
So
like I see where you're coming from.
yeah. So are we okay with putting him in lower amazing character, or do you want him higher amazing character? What? How do you feel?
No, we can put him on lower.
All right,
Like
we'll put him right.
as much as I like, yeah, I should say as much as I like Sid, like that Sid in particular, I have bias because I like what they did with him, but at the same time, I'm like he's not that high compared to the other Sids.
Yeah, for sure. I just thought it'd be funny to once in a while sprinkle a Sid in here.
There's so many of them. There's like 14 variations, like legitimately.
Oh, there were 16.
Uh, technically, I think there's one less because the first 3 Sids are basically the same drunken dwarf with a wife.
I liked how Sid in 9 was a fucking turned into that for cheating on his wife. Alright, sorry. We're getting off topic. Different Sids. This one's 14 Sid. He's low amazing character. Let's move up to Psycho, the granny from Dan Dan.
Oh my god.
It is cut off in the image because it needed to make it fit, but she is in fact cracking open crab in this. That is what that is.
Yeah, it's when they're eating the hot pot like savages.
Yeah. I think she's actually really well done. She is good comedic relief. She helps push the story further. Good for exposition without being overbearing with the exposition. And I like her. I like her as a character. I put her in lean to high amazing character.
Yeah, she keeps helping by pushing the story along and being kind of like the reason for Momo to do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like how they keep going back to Momo's guilt of like calling her a crazy old lady
Yeah.
just because she was embarrassed. But yeah, I would put her in amazing.
Can we put her right behind Maze Hughes? For you?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't feel like super strongly about specific positions, so if you do want anyone moved around within their queue, let me know.
Nah, Hisoka's where he's at.
Okay. Alright, I actually want to put Roy above Hisoka. Alright. We have. So, I'm going to be specific about this one. Years of the Kingdom side on.
Okay. So,
Yeah?
so, so. This is Baby Boy. This is. I love him so fucking much. If you want me to make a wisecrack, he is better Hashafront. He is the one I want to hear say, a hero is always better with a smile.
Hey, Lou. Do you like the fish sticks?
I love that fish stick.
Alright, I think he's great. I think. So, first off, he's hilarious. He serves a purpose to the main story. I like that we actually got to see character development from him throughout, like, between the games. Uh, you know that I hated Tears of the Kingdom, and he was the redeeming quality of that game for me. So it actually decently high, amazing character, maybe even above Maze, just above Maze.
Oh, dude, I adore him. He goes as high up as we are loud. Like, I would personally say he stole the show because I'm a horrible person who goes, I did not care that
You
much.
know,
And then he showed up, and I was like, hello.
you know what? Actually, this is a weird reason for me to change my opinion on his ranking, but because I hated Tears of the Kingdom so much, him being a good character did steal the show for me. So I'm willing to put him up and steal the show. But he was the
Yeah,
one redemption to that game, so he did in fact steal the show.
he made everything better, and then it also helps that his wife, his future wife, was like, "I'm chill with you guys hanging out. I know how it is," and I'm like, "Yes, good, good."
And she's like, he even put a chair in the corner of the bedroom so that I can watch it all be good.
So many jokes about them becoming a threesome because she was just chill, knowing that her
Yeah.
husband had favoritism towards Link.
Yeah. Bromance. Alright. So I think we're good with him and stole the show. He belongs there. He's a good boy. Oh, the Hades character, Sisyphus.
Um, I like Sisyphus, but like, unfortunately, he's literally there. I don't know how to explain it. He's literally there to use his story to keep you encouraged to keep on going, like to keep Zagreus going, because he knows how it is to do something that seems impossible constantly.
I feel like he was a good parallel to the player because they put him so early in the run. So you would fail again and start from the beginning, and then you would see Sisyphus, who is literally the embodiment of failing and starting from the beginning again, right? So
Yeah.
I think he served a good role as that to be a reminder of like what you as a player are doing, that you need to try again and that you're going to fail. And I think that was a nice touch for the storytelling of the overall game and connecting to the player. So I'd actually put him in like low amazing.
Yeah, like I can't put him ever on stealing the show, but him and Boulder or Boldy
Yeah.
like are super there to help.
Yeah. So you are with him being here?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. It's kind of funny because Hades doesn't have a lot of characters in it. Like it doesn't have a million characters like any of the Final Fantasy games do or a Zelda game would. But the ones that are there have like good quality, right? It's quality over quantity.
Yeah, I think it's because they have a vast cast, but like it's even though it's a wide net, it's also a smaller net, so that way
Yeah.
they can develop more.
Yeah. Alright. Next we have Smokey Brown from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2.
This is gonna sound so fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
He literally goes in okay, nothing special. I don't care where.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, so he was a fun character, but he was kind of just Speedwagon 2.0. Someone to shout out narrations of what we're actively seeing happen. So, yeah, that's the
He
problem
was
is
a
like, I love Speedwagon, and he was just kind of like watered down Speedwagon.
like Smokey Bones I liked as a character, but the problem is when you take JoJo as a whole, like every part, and you go back to Smokey Bones, I kind of just sit there going, he was kind of a placeholder for any other
Yeah,
character in that
yeah,
section. He was just a placeholder.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's okay. He's nothing special. He's not bad. He's not a bad character by any means. He just didn't do anything that really pushed the narrative or anything. Alright, we can move on. I don't actually know if you played Dark Souls 1. I think you played a little bit of 2, right?
Yeah, just a tiny
But
bit, not like anything crazy.
so I just have hope you at least knew who this guy was, Solara Vastora.
Oh, yeah, I unfortunately get bullied into knowing exactly who he is.
Yeah, I figured that's what would happen. That is your story with a few characters that I like. Yeah, we have Solara Vastora here for Jolly Cooperation. He is a
Um,
master of karate and friendship. Sorry.
yeah. No, no, you're good. Keep going.
I was just giving him extra titles. So what are your thoughts on him after being bullied into
So,
knowing who he is?
oh my god, bro, I got a lore dump on him because I made one joke and then I learned why it's praise the sun and all this bullshit
Like a
and where you run
magnificent
into
father.
him. So, yeah, I was forced to learn about him. I was really forced to learn about him. Um, for who he is in the Dark Souls, honestly, I would put him in amazing. I know I know a lot of people, if they heard me say that, would be cursing me and go, "It should be stole the whole show." And I'm like, I'll put him in amazing.
I don't think he stole the whole show. So the thing with him, he is amazing in my opinion. He's a great character, and he is like a beacon in the dark because he shows up in this fucked up world, this game known for being brutally hard, whatever. He's the dude who's like, hey, it's okay to ask for help. And I think that serves a great role for him. But a big part of the reason that he stole the show to people is from a fan theory that was debunked, that a lot of people pretend wasn't debunked, that he was Gwyn's son. And it's like, son is the nameless king from Dark Souls 3. That was confirmed. That is not so there. But I think that carried him a lot, was people wanting to believe that he was Gwyn's son and refusing to accept that he's not. So I think as a character, he's great. He's not still the whole show. I would put him probably just above Dio.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
because
I
like
was just
story wise, he's very interesting. I can dig it as someone who hasn't played it. We actually used to make jokes when we were getting the in 14 when we were getting the campfire minion. We kept making jokes
yeah.
of come warm yourself by the fire and then praise the sun.
It's like a magnificent father watching over me, the son.
Mind you, I
Only
only
I
know
could be
two
so gross
lines from that
incandescent.
mofo. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Uh, you're missing one of his best lines then, which is, "If I didn't know any better, I'd think you had feelings for me." Oh my! Pretend you didn't hear that.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a little diggery, however you say that. He might have a little crush on the player. I think that's hilarious. Yeah. Anyway, good character. I know that you haven't played through the game, so I don't want to linger on him any longer than we have. And now, speaking of watered down speedwagons, the not watered down speedway. I want to hear you piss everyone off. What are you gonna say about him?
I actually have nothing bad to say about him.
Really?
So I actually like Speedwagon, especially since like he seems like a wishy-washy character in the first one, but he's
Yeah.
not. He literally sticks to his principles. He has his own rules. We just like originally I just didn't understand it. And then like I realized no, he literally because he grew up on the streets has his own fucking rules.
Yeah. And I like that he has a lasting impact, like, on the series because he left behind a legacy. Like, the Speedwagon Foundation is still helping them in Stone Ocean.
They better. Like that man is loyal as shit and his foundation kept following his last will, so like the T
Yeah. Yeah, I would
as
put him above Granny.
yeah, like he has such an impact, especially if we're talking about only part one, where like he's watching all this crazy shit, and his number one priority is just to make sure that um oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on what his Jonathan is okay and like Jonathan can keep going.
Yeah. And he's like a
Like
bro
fuck
about it and gives him space when Irina goes to see him. Irina? Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he was a good character, solid all around. Definitely was good to the plot and the develop. I can't. I'm stuttering out development of the main character. Uh, yeah, I think because he also appeared in Jonas's like darkest hour and kind of became a friend to him that he needed. I think that's a big part of who his character is.
Yeah, it's wild because like that's a character that kept going and going and going, and like no matter what he faced, he was just like, "You good, bro?"
Basically, he's like, yeah, shit, vampires, sure, get him, got your back.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you can like focus the power that is equivalent to the sun through your body. Yeah, whatever. Just kill the vampires. Fuck that.
You know, I mean, if someone can do it, it's you. Sure, you fucking got this, bro. Cheer you on. All right, this is another rich character. I think I know this one's going already. Super Kami Guru from the
I
abridged.
no, not the abridged.
Abridged only. No. I
I
got a
I'm
bitch of an itch.
because you said abridged. He completely. I love him in the abridged, even though he's like he has his problems. But I quote him like other than Mr. Popo, I quote him the most.
Yeah. He stole the show for me hardcore. He is my favorite abridged character.
Yeah, I would shove him in like stole the show with the abridged specifically because like it's so funny when he talks. He's like, "No, I saw a pretty bird."
Kick its ass. Yeah. Uh, yeah, he definitely goes and stole the show. He's amazing. Oh yeah, I love when they have like his letter to Slug and they make sure to end it with signed your evil half.
Wait, Guru, you told me the albinos died off naturally.
Yeah. Wait, where's the water? Oh, I drank it. How did you think I got so bad? Alright, this is gonna turn into just quoting him for an hour straight. Let's go. We have Toadsworth from Mario. He is technically an essential side character who appears many times throughout the series. Good old Toadsworth.
I mean, he is, but like he's
I
a
don't fair
footnote.
putting him. It's not fair putting him right after Guru.
He's
the,
he,
the,
why would you ever do that? Like, damn, he does have a chance when you do that. Uh,
okay, so sorry, it's because a lot of this is in alphabetical order, and I wrote Guru's name as Super Kami Guru, so it's S-T. Super
oh,
Toadsworth. Yeah.
swear. Um,
I feel like he's nothing special. He's just like the old man butler character.
yeah, he's literally just a footnote. Like, he still makes his mark on the story, but he's such a small footnote.
He is, yeah. I already put him low. Nothing special.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
He just barely gets a blend because, like, he does have his. He does exist in his story as someone. He's super special. Right. Uncle Iroh, Avatar The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Leaves from the vine, falling so slow.
so honestly speaking, I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but as I've been growing older, and like sometimes I'll rewatch things, it wasn't as people are gonna hate me for saying this. It wasn't as great as I remember it being. And there are only a few characters that kept me going, and Uncle Iroh was definitely one of them.
I just realized I just said your name instead of fucking like Lulu instead of Cortala Tops or whatever the fuck I was calling you before.
Haha, you screwed up.
Yeah. Alright. But that makes me sad because he was my leading male role model growing up.
Well,
So
it's nothing against
I would have
Iroh.
put him in solo show.
Yeah, no, I agree with you full-heartedly. There's nothing wrong with Uncle Iroh. I'm just saying, like, as I grow older, I realize Avatar: The Last Airbender was not as good as I remember it. I remember loving certain characters, and they carried the show like nobody's business, and Uncle Iroh was one of them.
See, I love Avatar, and I'm afraid to rewatch it now that you're saying that, because I don't want to love it any less than I currently love it.
I mean, there's a chance that you're gonna still love it as much as you do. It's just like I'm a little weird when it comes to like story intense, like lore intense story like that. And like a lot of times it just kind of seems like unless if you take all the media in, aka the books and all that shit, you get absolute jack shit from it. Like it's just missing a bunch of plot holes that they covered up later with the books and the
Yeah,
comics and like a bunch of other shit.
yeah, like Azula's after story and everything.
Yeah, and that kind of pisses me off because like it seems like a lot of the plot holes that when we were growing up watching that we were okay with became an afterthought, and they're like, let's just cover this up with something stupid. And I'm like, no, no.
Yeah. So I will say I will still want to put him in solo show. I feel
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Uncle Iroh was like literally one of the best like older characters I've ever seen written.
fucking poor Toadsworth, man. Between Super Kamiguru and Uncle Iroh.
Yeah, he is kind of meant to be mid tier no matter what you did there, bud.
Yeah, that's right. All right. All right, let's move on before we get more hate mail for your terrible takes on Avatar. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I'm just a rando on the internet. Nobody has to listen to me.
So, first thing, I
Oh
don't know if
no,
his name is pronounced Van or Vaughn from Harvest Moon.
it's been pronounced either way.
All right, I've been calling him Van my whole life. I'm going to keep calling him Van. So, it is Van from Harvest Moon. How do you feel about him? Because you have, like,
Van's interesting.
sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not a game that's like a huge story game, right? So, you have to think of his impact in the world that he exists in, which I think is what made him an interesting character for the list.
Yeah, considering he's a high-end merchant and sometimes he's the only way to get certain fucking shit is very interesting. If I am correct, because I do not remember 100%, there's an actual game where I think you can almost romance him, and it's really weird.
Nice.
I'm not 100% on that, and I would love to look it up, but I'm too lazy to do so right now.
Fair.
Um, honestly, he does have an impact because like this dude is one of those characters that like for most of the month that you are playing the game, he is not there. He's only there 2 days a month. And you always set time aside for him because you don't know what he's gonna have in his shop unless if you like have the guides up and shit.
I
But
will
when we
also
were
say,
kids, oh sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I was just gonna say, I'll also say he does have like a decent effect on like how you play the game and how you interact with the characters because he will change his shop based on that, right? Like to get him to even show up in Friends of Mineral Town, you have to become friends with the goddess who's a hidden character. So he has
Yeah.
like he actually does have an effect on how you play the game and what you do, and like you plan your month around him basically. So I think he actually is an impactful character for the series.
Oh, he super is, especially when like he showed up in multiple games and every like growing up playing the older games of Harvest Moon and seeing this dude, like I would literally the minute he said what his schedule was, I would memorize it like it was gospel.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like
I
if he
remember
told me,
having.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
sorry. Go go
I was
go.
gonna say, I remember having like a little notebook to write it down and be like, okay, this is when Van's gonna be here, and these are the crops I need for summer. Just having my little notebook, my GameCube, my Harvest Moon. Uh, he was tied to a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, like he had a crazy impact. Like it was insane, and he was never mean about it. Like we've had Harvest Moon characters that are shopkeepers, that are scam artists, and they're not afraid to show it. I can't remember his name right now, but I'm remembering the Asian guy that the Asian old man who in future remakes they made him young so you could romance him,
Nice.
who was also a shopkeep that was supposed to be the new Vaughn basically.
Which game was he from? Sorry,
I think it was Fudge.
I never played
I want
Fudge.
no, I'm trying to think. Was it more
I'm
Friends
just
of
bugging
Mineral
you.
Town? The female version? No.
No, I played a lot of Friends in Mineral Town, and he doesn't sound super familiar to me.
I think he's in a later version. That's why I'm like, he's supposed to be the new Vaughn because he literally only shows up at certain times. Oh, I think he was in Harvest Moon New Beginning. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I missed that one, unfortunately. You know, The Tale of Two Towns, Friends of Mineral Town, obviously, A Wonderful Life, Magical Melody. I just haven't played New Beginning.
I remember his name is Juan.
Well, at least we know that he knows himself. Takes
Oh,
one to
back
know
to
one.
nature. He was in Friends of Mineral Town as well.
Oh, really? Okay, then I guess I'm just
Yeah,
dumb.
he's the wandering salesman. His name is Juan.
Wandering? Alright. Sorry, but this is about Van, not Juan. I think I'd
No,
put
no, I
him
know.
low amazing character or high nothing special. I'm being entirely honest with myself.
Honestly, because anyone who's ever played Harvest Moon, like one of the older ones with Van, I would probably say low amazing because while it kind of annoys you that you have to plan everything around him, you have to plan everything around him.
Yeah. So at the very least, you can't say he doesn't exist. But for some of these characters, you kind of can. Like Lester. Fuck you, Lester. Just kidding. Just throwing random shade.
I'm telling you right now, Lester, the Toadsworth, and like another person I can think of, if you were to show these characters without saying a fucking word, they'd be like, "Who's that?" Other than Toadsworth, who goes, "What Mario character is that?"
Yeah.
Because no
Alright.
offense to Lester, he literally looks like a profile picture that was just slightly pixelated to make it look like he was in a video game.
Yeah. Alright. Now we have Vivi from One Piece. From the Crocodile arc.
Interesting.
So I know she's a princess, and I guess technically the driving force of the arc. She didn't feel special to me. She didn't stand out. And like, because One Piece has a million characters that stand out, right? Like you have Kuma, you have basically any Devil Fruit user stands out. You have the Yonkos. There's so many big characters, and she just didn't feel impactful compared to any of them.
So, yeah, it's really strange because, like, I like Vivi. I love One Piece. I like how many characters there are because it's a constant revolving door, which technically that's how life technically is at times. She did her bit. She was a good character. But, like, she really, really, really shined towards the end of her arc and now after her arc because of what's going on in the newer sections of the thing, but I'm not trying to include that.
Yeah, I also am
During
not caught up.
that's fair.
I just finished Punk Hazard. That was my last one.
Ah, yeah, that's her. Um, so like she. If we're only talking about Alabasta and what led up to Alabasta, she's weirdly a side note in her own story until they get to her country, until the
Yeah,
very end.
yeah, yeah. I kind of felt she was nothing special.
Yeah,
How are you?
unfortunately, like, yeah,
I could put her above Smokey. I
yeah,
feel
because
like
she
that's
had a
fair.
little more to do.
There we go. We have the royalty kind of people beside each other. Jarl Balgruff and Vivi. Yeah, I feel like I might get hate for that one. Not putting her higher because I know there are people who love her. I just she wasn't. Well,
Like, I don't blame them for loving her. She was a good character. My brain just goes like, after like the 20 something years of One Piece I've had in my life, Vivi is like a memorable character. I can think of multiple scenes where she shined, but like in her own arc, where it's supposed to be the crew doing crew things and you're supposed to focus on the crew, but she's supposed to be a main part of it. She kind of just sits there until she has to do something.
yeah. All right, ready to move on.
Yeah.
All right, we have Sid. Don't have enough Sids on the list. From
Never
Final
have enough.
Fantasy 15.
I love him so much. I love Old Man Sid.
Oh, I love him too, and I love like because in the game, I forget the name. I'm drawing a blank. Stories, and the one that's Reggie's story, he's still impactful and like actually one of the main characters there. He, I feel like he's great. He helps upgrade your weapon. He drives the story. He's a good introduction to the land outside the walls and to get the prince used to stuff. He's willing. Okay, so this goes for all, but he's willing to tell it how it is and like speak up to royalty. He doesn't give a fuck, and I like him.
Yeah. So like I adore 15. I adore how they had the two Sids. They had him and then they had his granddaughter, Sydney, who's supposed to be the new Sid, even though they never kind of gave it to her. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got really sad when I first met Old Man Sid and then Sydney, because I thought they were gonna do something to Old Man Sid.
Oh,
I really did. I was like expecting it to be like a passing of the torch thing to Sydney. And then luckily they never did anything to Old Man Sid. It was just Old Man Sid was loyal to the crown, even though he told the crown to go bang ankles at times whenever he got pissed.
yeah. That's always just how Sid is in all the stories. He'll tell you to fuck off if you get on his there. He doesn't give a shit. He's still
Yeah,
loyal.
and I love like I know I said this earlier. I love Sid. Like Sid is just such a consistent good character most of the time that I cannot be angry at seeing a Sid.
And I put him next to other Sid on Amazing Character. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Or 14 Sid being neglected. uh, do, do, do. There we go. Right, you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Now we have Wally from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I feel like as far as Pokemon rivals go, he was the least interesting. I actually found him kind of bland, and I feel like most of the love for him comes because people feel bad for him because of a fan theory that he dies. It's like it's not even confirmed that he dies.
So Wally's interesting. So I liked Wally for who he was in the sense of he is a kid like us who wants to go on his adventure but can't because of difficulties on his end, but he wants to prove himself. So like he just so I like how we meet him, where he just wants a Pokemon. but he can't go through official channels because, no offense, his grandparents are kind of like against him doing it because of his shit ass health. In the whole game, it's him kind of just trying to like see if he can be a normal kid, even though I wish they kind of explained the health thing a little bit more because he got better as time went on. The more
Yeah.
he battled, so it's kind of a little weird.
I think it was supposed to be like the friendship of being with his Pokemon helped him recover because it put him in a better mental state. Because, loneliness does kind of fuck you up.
Yeah, and you can get sick from it, and along with depression and whatnot. It's just one of those things that I kind of wish they focused on that like a little harder than they did, other than he's using you as a benchmark continuously to see how he's doing until the very end.
Yeah. I feel like he had potential, but in my opinion, he was kind of bland. How did you feel about him? Where would you put him?
Um, like high bland, low okay, nothing special. If we have to go higher with him,
Let's do high bland. He beats Dunyarzad. Why? There we go. Alright, ready to move on?
yeah.
Okay, so that was at the end of it being in alphabetical order, because these characters I added this morning when I was like, oh shit, I don't have enough characters. So I just kind of tossed on in a random order. The cabbage salesman from Avatar.
Um, so I liked him for who he was, like as the joke, like meme character of he's always there no matter where we are for some reason in
Yeah,
the story. Like even in the
yeah.
goddamn Fire Nation, I'm pretty sure he was there for some ungodly reason.
Yeah, when they did the play, they were like, these are eyewitness accounts, especially from a surprisingly knowledgeable cabbage salesman. And that's how they got the story of the Avatar for their play in the Fire Nation. And
Pretty much.
I also love that because he hates the Avatar for destroying his cabbages, he was just kind of welcomed in the Fire Nation. He's like, yeah, I'll talk shit about the Avatar, fuck that guy. But, overall, I actually do think he was nothing special. Like, he was there for a running joke, but
Yeah, he's literally the one man gag trope character,
yeah,
which is fine. Like those characters do have benefits and those characters are great and you can love them wholeheartedly, but like I feel like he was also blown out of proportion a little
yeah.
bit.
He kind of oddly has the same problem as Jarl Balgruuf, right? Like, sure, he exists and is there, but he's blown up by memes, and memes actually affect the story.
Yeah.
So I would put him in nothing special, probably behind Smokey.
Yeah, cuz like he didn't do too much.
All right, ready to move on.
Yeah.
All right, Hinoa from Monster Hunter Rise. I'm gonna start right off. I actually disliked her. I found her annoying. She kind of seemed like they were oddly trying to write her as a hentai character without any of the balls to actually write her as a hentai character. With the way she like wakes you up in the morning to start the game and shit. It was weird. She was an odd like little sister character, whatever the fuck you want to call her. I didn't like her. I thought she was awkward for the story. I would put her in dislike.
Um so I'm weird. It kind of goes under the GTA thing. The same thing I said before. When I'm playing Monster Hunter in any way, shape, or form, yes, I know they're side characters. I truly do. But they're such a footnote. I just go, I'm there to hunt monsters and call it a day.
Yeah. So bland. You're with
Yeah.
being bland. Yeah. Because there is technically a story, and like, if you get to Sunbreak, did you play Sunbreak or did you not get that far in Rise?
I got to just starting it, and then I never continued.
So I feel like the warrior princess lady, I can never remember names, but from like Sunbreak, even though it's not a story heavy game, I feel like she did have an impact. I feel like she was a good character, which is why I feel like it was fair to put another character here who I could call bland. It's not like not a character is bland in that series automatically. I just felt that this one was.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters in the Monster Hunter series where like I'm horrible with names, and mostly because like again, I go the GTA thing of who the fuck's playing for the story, but like I know people like the story, so I'm not gonna say anything too much.
Yeah,
But like I remember some of the characters because some of the scenes that they're in are very interesting. But other than that, I'm just like, don't care enough.
yeah. Move on.
Yeah. I feel so bad because like I'm looking at her picture right now, and I remember her. I can remember her clearly, but I literally had a moment of who the fuck is this until you said Monster Hunter.
Yeah. All right. Now we have Dino Nuggies from Final Fantasy 15.
Oh my god, I actually like him.
Really? Because I actually dislike him. All right, let's hear why you like him first.
So originally I didn't like him because he seemed like a con man waiting to like ruin your fucking day and take advantage of the fact that you are like, of course, Prince Noctis and he wants the latest scoop. But then like as you do him that one favor, because I know he has a lot of fetch quests, but there is like actually one quest where he kind of starts changing his dialogue, where you start realizing that he realizes you are not a bad person, you are not the celebrity everybody makes you be, the standoffish prince who like basically had to get runned out of his kingdom for safety. He realizes you're a dude who lost everything
Yeah.
and you're trying to make the best of it for yourself and your country, and he becomes like one of your best informants. And he also shows you his hobby as like a little side gag of, hey, I make accessories, which ends up possibly helping you if you need anything from him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair. I found him, personally, I found him just kind of douchey and annoying the whole time. And we already had Cindy, who was like the fetch quest character, but at least her fetch quest sent us to interesting places like bins, mines, tunnels, that kind of thing. Like somewhere where you wouldn't normally travel. And his to go get his dumbass gems or whatever just didn't interest me at all. They were really boring. I just found his quest boring. I found his personality annoying. I didn't like him. I just liked him.
That's fair. I ended up liking him because, like, other than his fetch quests, he became like your number one informant of what's going around in the kingdom, where you can just ask him, "Hey, what are you hearing?"
Yeah. So you would have put him in somewhere in Amazing?
Honestly, even though I really like him, I know how he is, and I know a lot of things, like all because I find him fascinating. It's not one of those things, so I would put him in okay, nothing special.
I'll concede you an okay, nothing special. Because my dislike of him is just because of how boring I thought it was every time I had to do one of his quests. So I'll push him up to right here. How's that?
Sure.
Alright, that's kind of meeting halfway. Alright, let's move on. Of course, it's abridged. Abridged only. Mr. Popo!
Uh,
All these squares make a tier list? Let's go.
I no comment. Stole the show.
No comments stole the show. Alright, so I love Mr. Popo and Abridged, and he's great. But, and this is weird because we already have Super Kami Guru, and you have to say the whole and stole the show. I feel like we can't have two people, two side characters who stole the same show. So I almost want to put him just high in main character. Like everything else is quotable and is amazing. Uh, so often I quote his fucking pecking order when I'm fucking with people, but I feel a little bad putting him all the way up here.
I fucking
You're
love Mr. Popo. I could never feel bad.
alright, so you really think he deserves it? I'll put him there if you really think he deserves it.
Oh, I do think he deserves it.
Alright, he can get low stole the show.
Listen, there's a reason why in Abridged, other than a single fucking conversation, those two are never in the same fucking scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it time to exterminate them? Give them a few more seconds to clean this mess up.
Yeah, literally, other than one specific conversation in Abridged, they literally are never together in a scene, and the reason why is because they keep constantly stealing the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Gaggle of Namekians? What do you call a group of humans? What infestation? Fucking love British Pogo. Alright, I got it. I'll move on. Alright. Shinji from Fate Stay Night.
Ah. So
How
it's
do
gonna
you
sound
feel
really
about this creep?
it's gonna
Sorry,
sound
go.
really fucked. I think he ruined the whole fucking thing.
Really? Go on.
He was just not. So like I'll say it this way. I liked him better in the abridged version where they call out all his weird ass bullshit as a joke than the serious version.
I mean, rich characters are often better.
Because like I really think he ruined the show because he wasn't necessary. We already had strong ass like villain like characters. We didn't need him to come around to introduce Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh needed no introduction.
He's just kind of like slimy, greasy, gross dude. Overall, just
Everyone,
makes you uncomfortable every time he's on screen.
yeah. So like every time, and this is not. I have to specify this is not the abridged because I love quoting abridged Shinji because he's just like the biggest loser on the planet. And that's part of the reason why I like the abridged so much is because it kind of aligns with how I feel about his real ass character. Like he wasn't necessary. He was every time he showed up, he was a stepping stone. Like even against his sister, he was just a stepping stone for everything. He was always second fiddle. There was no reason for him other for him to constantly be an introduction to better characters.
Yeah. So, can I be
And
entirely honest with you?
sure.
I was looking at the list I was putting together with all these characters like Sidon, Guru, the Sids, and I needed someone we would hate to fill out the lower tiers, and I specifically chose him for that. Fuck this guy, let's put him in Ruined It. That's why I didn't pick a bridge for him, because I needed to make sure we would hate him. You okay with him going and Ruined It?
Yeah, because like even when they were introducing Medusa and his sister, it was just really effing annoying just listening to him go on and on and on about a servant that isn't his own.
Yeah, this guy fucking sucks. Alright, we should be on our final one. Another bridge character to finish it off. Don Fluffles, an abridged original, who I think is actually the cat from Ghost Stories. How do you feel about Don Fluffles? I saw
I
you in that waterfall.
I personally love Don Fluffles. He's also a joke. He's also a reference to Log Horizon, where there's a character that just pretends to be a cat constantly.
Yeah, the cat guy, right?
Yeah, I fucking love that character because he's literally just
Yeah.
there to fuck with people.
Yeah. I love, like, how they always have psychopaths speaking for him. Feather. What was it? It was like, tar, feather, and oil. You're one sick kitty. And he's like, meow. I would honestly put him right behind Granny in Amazing.
Yeah,
He
he
only
sounds
ever meow, but he's so good for the series.
he's such a like an oddball because he's supposed to be a background character, but they just keep dragging him forward.
Yeah, he joins Knights of the Blood. Oh, Don Fluffles, how the fuck are you here? Is he just messing with us, or can he actually speak cat? Yeah, I love Don Fluffles. I would put him right behind Granny.
Yeah, Don Fluffles
And
is really good.
that is our full tier list. How are you feeling about it?
Honestly, pretty good. Honestly,
I kind of feel like we needed more hate. We kind of like all the characters. So the problem with it being side characters, because I didn't want to include like immediate main cast characters, like I wouldn't add Edward Elric or Alphonse Elric because they're main characters, both of them in my opinion, right? Like I wouldn't
hmm
add Lua from Hunter x Hunter, but I felt like Hisako was just far enough removed to count as like a side character. But the problem when you do that is that the side characters either come to mind because they were interesting or they had zero impact and just weren't interesting at all, like, you know, Toadsworth here. So it's kind of hard to
yeah,
find a side character worth hating.
like Shinji was a good choice. You unfortunately stepped on the minefield of Oswald without knowing it.
Yeah. I was gonna put him in blind, but you hated him, so
I really don't like him. He was just like out of all the characters, he was so poorly written.
he was just way too generic. That's all I can say. Way too generic.
Yeah, especially when you get the chance to be like, "Yo, so why did you force Makami, the little girl's mom, to become like the fox demon?" And he's just like, "Just because I could." Chaos, and I'm like, "Are you
He's
kidding
like,
me?"
so I brought us high. I'm like, what? I got high, man. I'm sorry.
And then he just
Honestly,
sits
that would have made it more interesting.
Yeah, and like he just sits there and he does the typical like I hate saying this, the typical cartoon villain thing when you beat him the second time of, oh no, I'm going to prison, boo hoo hoo, and then he tries to attack you the minute you turn your back, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
All right, so I think that's good for today. I'm gonna do my outro real quick, so I'm gonna mute myself. So you don't have to hear my embarrassing outro. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys catch you